Good morning, guys. I just finished my treatment, and I feel like that's how I start every vlog. That's how I start every morning. Um, I was um, I was texting my friend on while I was doing my treatment, and he was actually asking me about um, my thoughts on how this whole broken ankle thing has, if it's changed my perspective on my life and certain things. And because I was saying, like, I'm only 5 days away from hopefully getting full weight bearing clearance, and it made me think about it for a little bit, and I was like, yeah, it did. And I think the main thing that it changed on my perspective was, don't be afraid to take reasonable risks. Don't be crazy or anything, but don't be afraid to take reasonable risks, because I used to be terrified of falling off a horse, which is really ironic, and this is going to sound even more ironic, but now I'm not afraid to fall again. and I'm not, and I want to beat my fear of roller coasters, and I want to beat my fear of flying. And it just made me think about the fact that at the end of the day, if I was, for whatever reason, destined to break my ankle that day, I could have done it stepping off a curb and landing the wrong way. I could have done it tripping over a wire and landing on the floor. So I view it as, yes, it sucked. Yes, it hasn't been fun. But at least if I had to break my ankle, I did it riding a horse in the thing that makes me the absolute happiest in this whole entire world, riding a horse, feeling the pure joy and exuberance of cantering on a horse. And yes, it didn't end that great, but it just made me think about, no matter how much we want to wrap ourselves, how much I want to wrap myself in a bubble or whatever, just enjoy the moment, enjoy what you're doing, and to take those reasonable risks. Because, like I said, I could have broken my ankle stepping off a curb, and I would have much rather broken my ankle being bucked off a horse. So I hadn't really thought about that a little bit about a week ago when I wrote a blog post, but I hadn't really thought about it in depth until he asked me that question, and I want to share it with you guys because it seems weird to me that falling off a horse and getting bucked off and breaking my ankle has made me less afraid to ride again and to take risks like roller coasters and stuff. But it has, because you just gotta seize the moment and enjoy it, and not be afraid about the what ifs. Because also, that was the first time I've ever fallen off. That was the first time I've ever broken a bone. For breaking a bone, I've been alive 20 years. For riding, I've been riding consistently for about a year and a half. And that was the first time that I'd ever fallen off, and the first time I've ever broken a bone. So it just makes me, I don't know, it just makes me think about that. Why not go out and have fun and take those reasonable risks? Because you could fall off a horse and you don't know. So yeah, but I was just thinking about that, and I wanted to share that with you guys. And the rest of the day, I plan to try and do a crutch walk today, where I make laps around the living room and watch Harry Potter and just hang out. And right now I'm just listening to music, but I want to share that perspective with you guys because it is true. And when I go through circumstances like this, I try to take a lesson out of it. I try to take something positive out of it, because it does suck, and there's no sugarcoating that. And I wouldn't say that I wish it never happened, because I do, or I wish that I hadn't broken my ankle, but I try to just find the positive and find the lesson out of it if I can, because it is what it is, so you might as well try and make something good out of it. So I want to share that with you guys, so maybe you can get that perspective or that lesson without having to break a bone. And yeah, so I'm going to listen to some music, but hope you guys are having a great day, whatever it may be, and I'll see you guys in a little while. Hey guys, so I watched the 6th Harry Potter movie, and that took about like 3 hours, and now I'm just watching some YouTube and hanging out. I had the dog in my lap for about an hour while I was watching the movie. I let him up in this chair once a couple days ago, and now he is like always wants to be in my lap. But for such a little thing, he gets pretty heavy after a while, so I can only have him in my lap like an hour. So watch that, watching some YouTube, and just kind of chilling out and enjoying the afternoon. Yeah, there's not really much more to say. It's just another afternoon in this chair, but it's a good one, regardless of whether it's in this chair or somewhere else, you know, outside or whatever. It's a good afternoon. So, see you guys in a little while. Hey guys,
Llamas are attacking!
I'm gonna go ahead and say goodnight. I'm about to eat some dinner and just gonna get this uploaded while I do that and charge up my phone a little bit. So yeah, that's about all there is for tonight. So thank you guys so much for coming along on my day today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night.